Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a basic custard recipe, something that lots of people don't make at home, but it's really simple, so just thought we'd show you, and it goes delicious with the crumble that we've done on the previous video. So all you need for custard is 4 egg yolks, separated from the egg whites, which I'll show you how to do in a second, 300 millilitres of milk. You can combine this with cream or just use cream if you wanted a really thick custard, more rich flavour, but we're using just full fat milk here. And again, if you were worried about using full fat milk, you could also use semi-skimmed milk. So 300 mils of milk and 30 grams of sugar. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just separate. I've already done 3 of them, but I'm just going to separate this one egg. All we do is take it in our hand, crack it across the middle, and then use the shell to let the egg white come out, and then just tip it backwards and forwards. On the telly the chefs do it in their fingers, but I really can't bear the feel of it in my fingers in my hands, so this is how I do it. And you can buy jugs actually that separate it for you. Okay, so we're going to put these to one side. You can use these for something else, and they can go in the freezer actually and freeze to be used at a later date if you want to. Don't want to waste them. And then, so there's 4 egg yolks in here. We're going to put the 30 grams of caster sugar in and give that a mix. I'll come back to that in a second, because what we also need to do is get the milk warming up on the pan. So we want to bring this milk, warm it up, but not quite get it to boiling. So we'll just heat that gently. And while that's heating, I'm just going to give this a little bit more of a whisk. Just needs to be combined. Okay, that's fine. That can stay there now and wait for our milk to warm up. If you had a vanilla pod, that would be lovely to put in this milk and infuse it. We're just going to add some vanilla extract afterwards, so once the custard is cooked, we're going to stir about half a teaspoon of vanilla through the custard just to give it a little bit more flavour. Okay, you can see a few little bubbles starting to form around the edges, so I'm going to stop that now before it bubbles. After that, I'm just taking it off the heat, and we're going to gradually mix it in to the egg yolk mixture, and then it goes back into the pan to heat up and thicken up. What I've got here is a second pan which I'm going to put it into, but if you did want to, or you only had one pan, you can just wipe this one out once you've emptied it. But what you don't want to do is put it back in to a dirty pan, because you don't want any of that to catch on the bottom. So let's gradually, whisking constantly, we're going to gradually, slowly add the milk in. Obviously, part of the reason that we didn't want the milk to get too hot and boil is because we don't want this egg yolks turning into scrambled eggs. You can see there just a little bit of residue from the milk, and that's why we wipe it out or use a different pan. Otherwise that residue can burn and catch on the bottom. So clean pan, egg mixture, going back into the pan. Really stirring this, and we don't want to leave it, so it is a little bit laborious, a little bit more effort than just opening a packet and warming it up, but the taste is worth it. We want to just keep on stirring this for approximately 15 minutes until it thickens and coats the back of a spoon. So at the moment it just drips off. We want it to be coating the back of the spoon. If you like your custard to be quite thick, what you could do is add 30 grams of flour, corn flour or normal flour, into the egg and yolk and sugar mixture when you do that, when you mix that all together, and that'll just help to give you a thicker custard. I don't like thick custard, so I'm going without, and also not using the flour means that this is suitable for people who can't tolerate gluten. So like I say, we're just going to keep stirring this now. Okay, so you can see some little bubbles on there. We're just gently simmering this. We don't want it to be cooking at a too high a heat, otherwise what we'll end up with is scrambled egg. Been going for about 10 minutes, so we'll just have a little look, see how it's... Yeah, it's coating the back of the spoon now. It's like a nice pouring consistency. So I'm going to take it off the heat and keep whisking for another minute, and then I'll stir the vanilla through. Okay, half a teaspoon of vanilla. Stir that through. So you may have noticed that I used the whisk and the spatula while I was cooking it, but that was just to use the spatula to ensure that nothing was sticking to the bottom of the pan. Now that will be delicious, poured over your favourite pudding. If you wanted to make this in advance and use it later, what you can do is pour it into a jug. Let's not waste any. And then cover the jug with cling film. So what we need to do, if you want to save it for later, like I say, is to cover it with cling film, but what you want to do is tuck the cling film right down so that it's touching the surface of the custard. And what that will do is stop a skin from forming over it. There we go, just like that. Tuck it around so that there's no air getting in. And then you can allow that to cool. If you want to warm it up to use it again, all you do is take the cling film off, obviously, give it a stir, pop it back in the pan and heat it through gently, and it might thicken up a little bit more as you do that. Yeah, thank you.